Namaste, my dear friends. The third Niyama is so interesting because it is also the first word of the second chapter of the Yoga Sutra, Tapaha. Patanjali begins the second chapter, Tapaha Swadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani Kriya Yogaha. Tapas also finds a mention in the Niyama-s as the third Niyama. The word tapas is a fascinating word. The word tapas comes from the root tapudahe. It means the concept of quenching something. When you are thirsty, your throat is burning. So you take some water, you sip some water so that you are quenching this thirst. So the same way, tapas is the process where we are quenching this thirst in our spiritual direction, because the toxins that we carry in the body, which are in the form of kleshas and the expressions of the kleshas, they burn us from inside. It's not from the outside. Our enemies are not outside us, my friends. Our enemies are very well deep within us. So when this happens, the kleshas are burning us from inside, and we need to quench this by taking appropriate care of our body, our senses, our emotional structures, so that this process of detoxification happens. That's why the concept of tapas is defined by great acharyas as a very good and appropriate diet and lifestyle. Mita hita ahara, mita hita vihara. We have to eat appropriate food in moderation so that the body has the capacity to accumulate good food and convert it into good energy, and not something that is toxic. When you look at the relationship which we have with food, it is usually based on raga or dvesha or asmita. We desire things and so we eat them. We don't like some things, therefore we eat something else. We identify with something and therefore we eat that. Like many people say, I am vegetarian, I am vegan, etc. They identify and therefore they eat. But very few of us, we are actually reflecting what is good for us, what is appropriate for us, and how much is appropriate for us, and consuming it accordingly. Because we don't do that, and because we are consuming it from the place of raga, dvesha and asmita, the food becomes toxic because the intention behind this food is kleshas. And that is why tapas is the process of detoxification. So we need to take care of what we eat. The same way, tapas also is the choice of appropriate lifestyle practices. How much we sleep, how much we rest, what kind of practices we are engaging in, etc. So that the toxins that are accumulated in the body based on again raga, dvesha or asmita or abhinivesha are not dominant. When we choose what kind of job we want, we choose the job because we are afraid if we don't have that job, we cannot pay our bills. So fear makes us choose a job. Or ego makes us choose a job. We think our father or mother, somebody wanted us to be a doctor or an engineer, so that idea is implanted in us very young, and therefore we take that job. Or we choose the job because of desire or aversion. I don't want to do this, therefore I will do that. Or I want to do this because I think it's cool. But what Patanjali says is that we have to take the job that is predisposed to us. We all have a dosha, a primary constitution that predisposes for certain kind of jobs. And even those kind of jobs, we cannot keep doing it all the time. We need to rest sufficiently. We need to relax sufficiently. And that is why the process of tapas is also engaging with a reflection and implementation of what kind of activities are healthy and appropriate for us. This includes yogic practices. I should not do asana or pranayama just because I like it, or just because somebody is telling us to do it, or just because I identify myself with one yoga style or the other. We must practice what is appropriate, and that is what is called tapas. That's why later Patanjali presents the idea kaya shoshanam tapaha. The concept is that we are purifying the body at a physiological level, at an emotional level, at a psycho-spiritual level. And that is what is tapas, a process of detoxification. It's not to engage in diets or fasting. Vyasa warns against this. We must not do extreme tapas that is violent to the body, that is not consistent with ahimsa. So please remember this, my friends. Tapas is not a dramatic, drastic, opposite action that compensates for all the previous inactions in our life. We have to do tapas appropriately. So tapas is an appropriate way of cleansing the body, of detoxifying the body over a long period of time. It is not to be done in a hurry. So please take time to reflect this, my friends, and start engaging with practices of tapas, taking the advice of your teacher, your mentor, or your well-wisher. Namaste, my dear friends.